you heard of TDS, hang in there. I'm going to tell you about some TIE. Welcome to the Surly Charge. I've been sitting out here with the dogs and my $15 Asylum split personality cigar, thinking about problems everybody is having in the world today. Here in the United States, it's like everybody's got to find something to complain about or have a problem with. You can't sit back and relax and enjoy anything because there's always got to be a problem. You know, data centers, prices of eggs, prices of gas. Let's talk about that for a minute. Prices of gas. Got my cigar. I'm going to smoke 1 or 2 of these a day. You're not going to hear me complain about a $4 gallon of gas because $15 per cigar? Yeah, that's a tank of gas for me. So I'm not going to complain. Now, I imagine most of you out there go out and get those $8 16-ounce grande lattes, soy cappuccinos, or whatever the hell it is you get. Pay $8. How many times a day do you go out there and get those 16-ounce $8 drinks from Starbucks or wherever you get them from? How many times? And you gonna complain about $4 for a gallon of gas? Really? What I have to say is be thankful. Be thankful you can buy those lattes, mochas, or whatever it is you get. Because if gas is really a big problem, you'd cut back on those lattes and mochas. So it must not be that big of a problem. It must be that we just gotta have something to complain about. You know, kind of like, well, what's the weather like? It's gonna rain today. Well, it's just a fact of life. Just like this oil is a fact of life. Be thankful that the U.S., we produce our own oil. We're very self-sufficient in oil. Now, it's $4 a gallon in most states. Be thankful. Because California, it's over $7 a gallon out in California. But why? Good question. Thanks for asking. Most of you know. Put it in the comments if you know. But I'm going to tell you anyhow. It's because the leadership in California imports their oil. They don't use U.S. gas. They don't. They import it. They get it from Brazil. They get it from Ghana. And yes, they do. They get it from Iraq. So, their oil and gas is going to be a lot more expensive out there. Wonder why. Wonder why they don't just go ahead and buy U.S. oil. It'd be a lot cheaper. It'd be more economical for the people that live in that state. But you know something? Be glad you don't live in that state. But people got to complain about the gas. And it's all Trump's fault. Why is it Trump's fault? You know, and I hear people say, well, y'all complained a lot when Biden raised the gas prices. Well, I really didn't complain. I laughed at it, and I couldn't understand why. I mean, nothing was going on back during the Biden era. Just gas prices, egg prices, everything went up. Why? For what reason? Nobody knows. But here, we got a war in Iran. We're trying to keep Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. They shouldn't have one. Because I tell you what, people, if Iran had a nuclear weapon that they can launch and get over here to the United States, there's going to be a lot of you that are going to disappear before you hear the boom. There's going to be a lot of you glowing, or a lot of us glowing. So I'm glad we're doing what we're doing over in Iran. I'm happy. Why? I don't want them having a nuclear weapon, and you shouldn't either. This is the reason why our gas prices are high. No, it doesn't really make the U.S. produce less oil, but what it does is all oil is tied into the world market. So when the world market goes up, so does the oil that we produce. Fact of life. Everything's tied into the world market, people. Get used to it. So, before you complain about that next gallon of gas, think about how many of those $8 lattes you got. Think about it. Think about how much gas you could have got with a $8 latte. Maybe about 2 gallons, but still, that 2 gallons will get you a good piece. But Trump is doing what he's doing in the Middle East, and a lot of people are disagreeable with it. He's doing a war. Well, A lot of you have TDS, so no matter what Trump does, it's going to be wrong. That Trump derangement syndrome. If the man said air was good for you, a lot of you stopped breathing, I think. But I don't have TDS right now. I have something called TIE. I'm having a Trump irritation episode. I had my first Trump irritation episode, my first TIE back during all that stuff going on in Minnesota and around the U.S. where people were protesting. And Trump kept saying, well, I'm thinking about doing the Insurrection Act. I'm thinking about doing this. I'm thinking about doing this. Well, you know, I don't like hearing people talk. If you're going to talk, do the walk. Don't say you're going to do something and not doing it. Because, you know, it's like that dad that keeps telling the kids, if y'all don't stop doing that, I'm going to take off my belt and spank your butt. Well, how many times dad got to tell them that he's going to take off his belt and spank their butt? After the second time I say it, my belt's coming off. But Trump didn't take his belt off. He kept threatening, but he didn't act on it. I tell you what, Democrats didn't waste any time jumping on all those people up on January 6th. Woo! And they didn't do half the crap people were doing in Minnesota and everywhere else. They didn't hurt half the federal agents then. But Trump just kept talking. Yeah, it calmed down. But still, it went on a lot longer than it should have. Well, now I'm in my TIE, my Trump irritation episode again. Why am I in there? Because Trump is trying to appease all you liberals, because all of you saying, oh, he's a warmonger, he's a warmonger. Well, you know, you look at all the times the man promoted peace and all the peace deals he did. So now he's just trying to appease you all by trying to give Iran a chance. I'm tired of him giving them a chance. Because it doesn't matter. Y'all aren't going to be happy. If he tries to give them a chance and do it without military action, y'all are going to complain. If he uses military action, y'all are going to complain. Well, Big Daddy Trump, take your damn belt off and get over there and start spanking some butt. I'm tired of hearing you say, well, I'm going to give them 2 more weeks, and if they don't do this peace deal, then I'm going to be on them. Well, I'm going to give them 2 more weeks, and if they don't do this peace deal, I'm going to get over there and be on them. Quit the talking and get over there and be on them. Let's get it done. Like Larry the Cable Guy says, get her done. Now, that's my TIE. That's where I have my Trump irritation episode. Love the man. I love him being president. He's made America great. He's brought us back from the edge of an abyss. But I just wish he'd quit talking and start doing some walking all over some butt over in Iran. It's about that time. So, Big Daddy Trump, take that belt off and get over there and start smacking some butt. Now, I hope all of you are having a good day. And for those of you that just want to be irritated and pissy about everything in the world, keep going on being pissy. And I'll see what I can do to try and help you out being a little more pissy. Other than that, grab you a good cigar and something good to drink and enjoy your life. And stop worrying about everybody else's life. Because you're not living theirs, you're living yours. So stop trying to live theirs. Y'all take care. Here's a little bitty fact that isn't very well known. Did y'all know that in 1876, Belgium Postal Service hired 37 cats to deliver mail to local residents? That's right. They hired cats to deliver mail to local residents. Well, one of the cats completed its run of delivering mail in under 5 hours. The other 36, they sat around, took a nap, and just completely ignored their duties. I guess that's why U.S. went with the Pony Express. Y'all take care.